Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Satori. I'm 24 years old and I'm a psychic medium. And I have a collected message today that I'm sharing with you guys and with TikTok. So if you see me looking at you and this way, it's because I am also live. Um, Feel free to follow my TikTok account below. It's in the description. To all my TikTok people, thank you for the follows, and I hope that these messages are helpful to you. In Jesus' name. I open up this prayer. Allow us to move forward with love and light. Only positive healing energies are allowed into our space. Amen. Okay. So I was hearing before, it's like stepping into a whole new world. That's what they were saying. They were saying it's gonna be like stepping into a whole new world. So some of you guys have been getting headaches because you feel like you're becoming a new person. Like how you think and how you view the world is shifting right now. And that's really intense. And it feels like there's some sort of climax coming in your life. It's a pretty big deal. Like there is a milestone you're about to reach that you're not expecting to reach. I'm feeling this a very positive energy, but it doesn't come without like nervousness and anxiety. Like you're gonna feel that those nerves and the anxiety around doing new things. One thing in particular, so what are you guys about to be working on or starting? Um, you've been getting those headaches very frequently lately. I'm sorry to hear that. Love you too, Melissa. I've been getting the headaches as well, so I resonate with that part of the message. I am also pregnant, so that could be the case, like could be my pregnancy. Okay, so we have the Empress here. The Empress just kind of tells us that we're magnets. Okay, this is saying that we are magnets to what we're hoping to attract. Um, I got one as you were starting the reading. Yeah, yeah. I felt something trying to come out of my throat. Oh, and then the Eight of Swords. Holy crap. Ooh. They're telling me something about health. There is such thing as healthy confrontation, meaning if someone's going to confront you about something, they need to do it in a kind, peaceful way. Or if you're going to do that, try to make sure you get grounded first. Don't like don't let your emotions move you per se, but rather you decide what you do with what you're feeling, if that makes sense. So, if you're dealing with any sort of conflict or a situation where you're like, should I speak up? Should I say something? Make sure you are speaking from the heart and you're not speaking from your pain, if that makes sense. Like, don't let your pain speak for you. You can kind of decide how you want to transmute that pain and how you want to think about things and how you want to feel moving forward. So right now is a good time to kind of tune out individuals that tend to limit themselves, is what I'm being told. Or stay away from anything that feels oppressive, anxiety inducing because you're not allowed to speak your mind. Anyone that makes you feel that way. So, okay, your spirit team says pay attention to how you feel in your body when somebody steps into your space. So, if my fiance were to step into my space, I would feel excited, maybe a little nervous because he makes me a little nervous. But it's in a healthy way. Um, and if my dad were to step into my space, I would feel dreadful. You see the difference? You see the difference? So people do have a very huge impact on how you feel in your energy and pay attention to that because I feel like someone here is deal you like are maybe still in a space where you're kind of having to put up with certain people or certain circumstances and you have no choice but to kind of deal with it and just coexist. This is also for somebody, it's like a co-parenting thing. Maybe you are coexisting with your baby daddy or your baby mama or whatever that looks like. So this talks about owning your energy, listening to your energy, protecting your energy without getting in your ego about it. Does that make sense? Without letting your fear and your like defensiveness kick in, without it like without you just being like and getting like letting somebody kind of get you in that space in the first place. If someone's going to be in that space, let them be. Let them be in that space. Let them throw a tantrum. Let them. Let them. But you need to see the difference between you and that energy. That energy is the Eight of Swords. Does this look pleasant? No. In the traditional tarot, the Eight of Swords is someone literally being shackled down, like literally chained to one spot, chained, feeling like they can't be themselves. And then the Empress is here. The Empress does not hold back anything, okay? The Empress is 100% authentic, real. She is who she is. Do not stand in her way because she will cut you off. And she doesn't care if she looks mean in the process because her peace matters and she knows that. And people respecting her matters. She knows what matters and what doesn't. This is about having good values and good morals and having to disconnect from anybody that is still in the Eight of Swords after having been hit with so much fucking divine intervention it hurts. Nobody should still be in this. There's specific people you're not supposed to be around right now. And if they're in that space, you'll know. Trust me, you'll know because they're going to say some ignorant things, like really ignorant things. And it's just, so that's specific for somebody. You need to protect your peace. Stop caring so much about how you're going to make them feel and maybe give a shit about yourself for once. Okay, somebody here is not doing that. I'm just going to be so for real. I can feel it. I can feel like, oh, I don't want to hurt my mom's feelings, so I'll force myself to do this thing. Or I don't want to hurt my brother's feelings, so I'm going to people please. I don't want to hurt this person's feelings, but what about how you feel? Are they asking themselves that question? If you come to the conclusion, no, they're not giving me that same kind of love, then you need to pull back and detach and be done with it. As to the best of your ability, because like I said, sometimes you're going to be stuck coexisting. I know how that feels. I know it's hard. Sometimes you're going to be stuck coexisting, but what you can do is pull back your energy. You may not be able to pull back physically, but you can pull back energetically and take control of it in that way first. That is the first step, anyways. So just keep that in mind. Wow. Okay, let's get some Kipper cards. You've got mature man, and I'll interpret the cards in a sec. You've got great fortune, and you've got despair. Ooh, y'all hear that? They're giving me this metaphor of when you're about to make it to the very top of the mountain, you literally feel like you're about to die. Your legs hurt. Your lungs are just like, and at this point, you're like, just get me in my bed. At this point, just get me in my bed. But Spirit says, oh, hold on, hold on. You're almost at the top. That is what Spirit is saying to you. You're almost at the top and you're going to get to enjoy the view. And you'll even be able to look behind you and say, "Wow, I hiked that mountain. I overcame that obstacle. I did that. That was me. I made those choices. Okay, that's pretty damn cool." And now I'm looking out over what's ahead of me, what's in front of me. Oh, it's beautiful. What happens after you hike the mountain? Do you go back down? No. What happens after you hike the mountain? You go to the edge of it. and you soar like a fucking eagle. You fly away, you become something different. You become elevated. That is what happens when you get to the top of the mountain. Some mountains take years to climb. Some people this is just an example. Some people deal with infertility for 5 years and then they get pregnant and then they have a baby. That is a very difficult mountain to be climbing for 5 years, is it not? What are the mountains that you've climbed? I've been climbing the pregnancy mountain. I've been pregnant for 23 weeks almost. Is this a very difficult mountain to climb? Yes. But what do I get at the very end of it? See, like I spent the last 8 months without a couch, the last year and a bunch of months without a car, without stability in a lot of ways, struggling physically, mentally, and emotionally, but having to do that because that is what Spirit told me to do. Spirit told me to be authentic, so I chose that. I need you guys to remind yourselves of what it felt like before you even started climbing the mountain. You felt hopeless, but at least now you're trying and it's not I feel like for this collective, you guys are moving away from hopelessness and despair, and you're going to be able to see how far you've come. I've been trying to conceive for 5 years, almost to the day, still trying, not quitting. Oh my gosh. I have so much faith in you and your process and your journey. I believe in spirit. I believe that miracles can happen, and I'm proud of you for staying strong. It's not the same, and I know it. I know it is not even close to being the same. But for like, I lost a baby last year, and I couldn't get pregnant for months and months and months and months, and it scared the shit out of me. And I had more miscarriages after that, and I was like, oh my God, I can't do it, can I? And I started panicking. I can't imagine how you feel. I can't imagine. But I want you to know that you're so powerful and you're so strong and you can do this. And your body is so capable, and spirit will make a way for you if that is what is meant to be. And I believe that if you're here hearing that message, I mean, I just pulled that fucking example, that metaphor out of my ass. Like, that was spirit. That was spirit. That was spirit kind of just seeing you, being like, hey, you've been climbing a really, really difficult mountain. And another thing that I like to think about too, because somebody says here, I feel like I climbed a mountain I was not supposed to climb. I think that it can definitely feel that way. And I think that that feeling is valid. I think that perspectives are also temporary, and you won't have that perspective on the situation forever, or you know what I mean? How you look at your life is going to shift. And I think that's what this whole collective is about. Who you are and how you think. I mean, come on, the headaches. Remember what I said? It's like you're having a whole identity shift, like spirits in here basically removing parts of you that are not serving you, and that is causing physical headaches, okay? It's like energy surgery where um the old is being removed. So if you feel a little bit like out of it, kind of like, ooh, like all over the place, I promise you, it's okay to fly off after being at the top. Freedom. Yes, 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 yes. I don't want you guys to give up on your dreams because you've been climbing a mountain for a while, okay? I promise you, there is still hope, and I don't want you to give up hope on something Even if it doesn't come to you the way you expect it will still get to you the way it's meant to. I promise that you wouldn't have such a deep desire for something. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you need to remember that you wouldn't have such a strong attraction towards a specific thing if it wasn't meant for you in some capacity. You feel me? To my YouTube people, thank you guys so much for being here as well. And I hope this message is helping you. Feel free to comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, etc. Thank you for the heart me. I'm seeing Drake and Josh in my head. That could be significant for somebody. I kept hearing the theme song in my head and then I was seeing it. It's so specific. It's like I was a little girl watching Nickelodeon at my grandparents' house. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, people that do readings are the best. That's why I wanted to do it. I wanted to become the best. I was like, let's go. Give me a tarot deck. Okay, let's see here. Anything else, Spirit? The color red could be significant. Color red to me represents like, okay, so hold on. Job instability is what is coming to mind, but also like family stability. I don't think you understand how loved you are. It doesn't always click with you guys how loved you are. And I say that because it feels like when you need something, when you're like feeling vulnerable or like kind of like you need support, your first instinct is to sort of tell yourself to get over it or to suck it up. And that's for somebody specific here. And I feel like this may be kind of like the final message of the day, which is like you are not being too dramatic or overly dramatic about things. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like you've been hurting. Like, I told you about the headaches. There's emotional stuff too. Like, there's emotional exhaustion, and I feel like you just need to cry sometimes, and you feel like you do it too much, or like you are too sensitive most of the time. Why do I always have headaches? Why do I always have something going on with me? Like, why can't I be stable like this person or this person? It's like a subconscious thing that you do where you compare yourself to healthy people. Um, but just something to remember, not everyone is showing you their full experience. In fact, most people aren't comfortable enough to be vulnerable about certain things, which is okay. This is for the collective. Um, A lot of people, they swallow their pain and they don't share it because they feel like it's too much. And when you open up and share your pain with people, you're showing them that it's okay to be vulnerable. Just because you aren't seeing a lot of people being vulnerable doesn't mean that it's wrong for you to do it. Like, instead of being the kind of person that sees a person crying on the internet and like kind of being like, mm, I don't want to say cringing or being like, I could never do that, or just honestly, guys, nothing's gonna change if we keep swallowing our pain. Okay, this world needs more vulnerability and more people being honest instead of trying to act all perfect all the time. I don't want to see what you're It's like here's what I don't like. Welcome to a day in my life. And I see you're just smiling the whole time. I got up and made my bed and went to work and had a perfect day, and I didn't spend money on anything. I saved all my money. I didn't spend my money. I didn't play games with my friends. I didn't do anything. Just this. I'm perfect. See, I'm doing exactly what I was supposed to do. I'm doing what I was supposed to do in the way I was supposed to do it. Look at me. Look at how perfect I am. That's not real. You know what's not real either? Not acknowledging other people's pain or your own. That's not very real of you because pain is a huge part of this human experience. You're not here to be perfect. You are here to own your human and figure out how you can be a good human in the world in your own specific, unique way. This is how I do it. I come here and I help you guys through negative thought patterns. I help you guys get out of your own way. That's what I'm here for. That's what Spirit put me here for. I have no issue with being this for you. Could I be a brain surgeon? No. Are brain surgeons necessary and helpful? 1,000% because someone out there needs brain surgery. Just like I knew someone out there needed me to be here today. I didn't know who. And yeah, maybe some part of me was like, no one's going to show up if I go live. I'm not going to help anybody. Maybe some part of me is like, if I go back to school, I'm going to fail. If I fail, I fail, but at least I tried. See, it's all about your perspective, okay? It's all about your perspective. So if you need to cry, just be authentic. That is what Spirit is asking of you. If you're having a hard time, if you're feeling stressed, feeling alone, feeling like, God, this is so hard and I'm carrying all of this, I just need to open up. I just need to open up. If you're feeling like you need to open up, there is going to be someone that understands. Yes, there will be people that maybe don't understand. And maybe they're going to judge you for your tears. Maybe they're going to look at your vulnerability as weakness. Do you know how much strength and courage it takes to cry in front of people on the internet? Your video could go viral. That is what happens when you post a video like that, right? I post those videos sometimes if I need to, because why the fuck should I be ashamed of having a human experience that everybody is having? Why are we so scared to talk about things? It is because we have been scared out of having an authentic human experience. Because we have what? Work to do, bills to pay. Yes, of course we do. And those are very important things. But what is more important than all of that? Can anybody answer that question for me? What is more important than all of that? What are we here to do? And there is no wrong answer, you know. Learn and love in whatever way that looks like. Love is love, learning is learning, right? There's freedom in that perspective. You can find freedom in your perspective when you flip your energy, when you shift your energy. Um, to show kindness, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And there's a million different ways you can do that, and you don't have to be perfect with it. You can just tell someone to have a good day. You can tell someone how beautiful they are. You can show yourself kindness and just tell yourself how beautiful you are. There's a lot of different ways to align yourself with the path that you are wanting to be on and with the purpose that you're wanting to step into. Because there is a purpose for everybody. I'm going to tell you something too. Now, this is the case for some people. This wasn't the case for me, which is why I'm going to validate someone's feelings. You don't always know what you're here to do overnight. You don't always know where you're meant to go just by asking yourself, hi, self, where am I meant to go next? Or what is my purpose here on this planet? You're not always going to get an answer right away. And that's where you have to be patient with yourself. And that's where you have to not assume that something's wrong with you just simply because you don't know. You're not here to have all the answers. Sometimes you have to get out of your mind, go outside, or just eat a snack, drink some water, right? Hi, Lisa. I can tell people I'm homeless in comments, but in a video terrifies me. And I hate that people have made you feel that way because it is like that on the internet where a lot of people will attack you and they will be mean to you and they'll make assumptions about the situation that you're in. But I promise you, Spirit loves you and is never judging you and you're not alone. And there's nothing there. You deserve support, is all I'm going to say. If there is any chance that you could put yourself out there and receive the support that you deserve to have that. Like I'm telling you from spirit, if you need to do what you need to do, just do it. Like who's gonna look out for you? Like people are gonna look out for you, but only after you tell them what you need and only after you kind of face that fear of rejection. So I hate that you're in that situation. Um, I really fucking hate that. I do. And if I had $1 million, I would pay for you to go get an apartment right now. I seriously would. And I'm manifesting it for you. And I know that good things are ahead. I know that good things are ahead. Seriously, I do. It's my story, and I feel my story can help somebody. It can. Absolutely. Remember what I was saying about a lot of people are just scared because they're not seeing other people talk about it, right? Because so many people are just scared to be rejected. But usually, when one person stands up, someone else feels the courage to stand up and be like, hey, I have a story too. Hey, I have a story. Oh, we're not alone. We can join hands. We can maybe help each other out, create a community where we share resources, things like that. Like, there is a way for the world to come together. Thank you for the follow. People. You already pretty much know how people are going to respond, the ones that you aren't going to like. You know that there are trolls on the internet. You know that there's going to be people that just kind of come out of nowhere and say things to you, but I want you to remember a lot of those people have a roof over their head. They have a nice Tesla in their garage, or they have everything set up for them, and they've completely lost perspective and they are being ungrateful, and that is not okay. A lot of these people do not understand what it's like to be in your position, and they can't possibly, for one moment, try to put themselves in your shoes. Those people are the people that have very harsh lessons to learn. Love thy fucking neighbor. We don't judge people that have less than us. We try to help them and build them up. You put out good energy into the world. That is what you do, period. So screw those people. You should know there's a lot of people like me that are going to be there to back you up and support you. Like, period. Screw that. It gets me worked up. That's one of those things I'm like, oh, like, be kind. Everyone should be kind. Oh, I always tell myself if I become a millionaire, I'm going to pay people's bills all the time. I'm serious because I have a lot of people that help me out too. We struggle really bad. My parents packed my bag, like literally packed, see ya, packed all my shit in boxes and changed the locks. The day that I told them I was gonna go get my own place and move on and try to support myself, they got really upset about it because I wasn't going to be there for them to control me. And they packed my shit up in boxes, changed the locks, and basically were like, you're on your own. Who cares about you? And we had nothing and we weren't prepared. So for the last like 2 years, we've been struggling. And I'm at least I have a roof over my head. At least I have a fucking see, like I can be grateful about it. I understand this is so much more than so many people have. I am so grateful, but I will never forget how it felt to not have that stability to kind of be like, oh my God, are we gonna have to sleep in his truck tonight? Are we gonna be okay? Are I can't tell you. Like and it just has changed my perspective. It has I feel like we go through these experiences because we're later on meant to make something good from it, if that makes sense. Like, oh, it was crazy because we came here, we didn't have any way. It's if I can get through it, you guys can get through it, I promise. You'll get to somewhere better and your finances will improve and people will help you. I am manifesting it. It's my mom and sister and brother that caused this. Screw that. We are all strong. We are all brave. We can get through anything. You're welcome. Yeah, we deserve better than these situations that we're put in. No, that's not family. That's what we call karmics, people that are not meant to have any part of our lives, but they are here to teach us for a short amount of time. Okay, let me see if there's anything else in the collective and then we're going to close out. I don't know how this is going to translate over to YouTube, but we'll see. All right, to my YouTube fam, I think I'm going to leave the reading here. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and comment below. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Thank you.